In this video segment, we're going to take a look at how to create custom backsplashes using Home Designer Architectural and Home Designer Pro. First, let's take a look at how to create backsplashes using the cabinets themselves. On this wall cabinet, there's an option for the backsplash to go to the base below. And as you can see in the 3D view, that generates the backsplash all the way down to the base cabinet below. You'll find the same setting in the base cabinet. Under the backsplash section, there's a height information, and you can type in a value in this case. Those are two easy ways to create a backsplash. I'm going to go ahead and undo that, and I'm also going to delete this cabinet. I want to show you how to use the custom backsplash tool built into the program. You'll find this tool underneath your cabinet tool, and there is a custom backsplash tool. When you use this, you can click on the wall. It will generate the backsplash using the default material. This is something you can easily edit. It's also a smart object in that if you were to pull it over the top of that window, notice that it automatically cuts out for that window. Let me undo that. I also want to show you how to shape this backsplash, and the easiest way to do that is actually in an elevation view. Let's switch back over to our floor plan view. To create an elevation view, you'll find this tool underneath your camera tool called Elevation. In Home Designer Pro, you will also see another tool called Wall Elevation. Both of these tools will work. The wall elevation will just isolate it. If you happen to have more walls in the area or different rooms, it will isolate it just to that room. I'm going to use this elevation tool, and I'm just going to click and drag right through the wall area that I'm interested in. When the elevation generates, you can click on the backsplash, and you can use these diamonds. This is a polyline, and you can easily reshape and resize this backsplash to any shape you want. If you watch the custom countertop video, this is called a polyline, and a polyline can be edited in many ways. One of the things you can do is, while this edge is selected, notice the edge is highlighted with a red selection color. You can use the curve tool, and that will curve that segment. You can use the same tool and convert it back to a line. While that edge is still selected, you'll find a break tool. You can use this break tool to click along this segment. It will generate a new intersection point. Again, while the red area is selected, I'll convert that to an arc. Select the lower portion, convert it to an arc. And you can use these edit handles and reshape and resize this in any way that you want. Now, the backsplash tool can also be used in a fashion of just click and drag, as opposed to clicking on the wall and it tries to do its best to fill the wall space in. While this click and drag generates a backsplash, let me use the material eyedropper, pick up the material from the backsplash over here, and I'll apply it so you can easily see it. Now in this case, I'm going to go ahead and double click on this backsplash and set the thickness. Notice that my default material thickness is at 1/2 inch. I'm going to go ahead and change this thickness to be 3/8 of an inch, and then that way I can actually pull that behind the other backsplash. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull this around, pull it underneath the other backsplash, pull it over to this area, pull it up to the top, and notice that I don't have to be very careful in that area, although I could shape it if I wanted to be exact to get that information. Let's go back into the camera view, and you can see the effects of this custom backsplash in the 3D view a little bit better. You can double click and open up a backsplash. You'll find a polyline panel that gives you the area calculation, just like we looked at in the custom countertop. You can use this information to calculate your materials or your costs. It will also show up in your materials list. Selected line gives you the length of the line. Notice that my red selection, the line length is located right here. And then the line style is nothing more than in your elevation view you can control the way that looks. And finally, on the structure panel, we already look at the material layers where you can set the thickness of the backsplash as well as the materials. You can also click on the help function. This will open up the help file directly into the backsplash area, and you can read more about the components that make up the backsplash.